Hi guys, so today I'm filming a video, a much requested video, and it was one of the ones when I asked what kind of thing you wanted to see from me. Most people were, well, lots of people were like, show us what you did with your makeup before and how you do your makeup now. So this is what today's videos is all about. Obviously you can tell this is what my makeup used to look like before I started watching YouTube, and this is how my makeup looks now. You know, there were lots of products that I didn't use. I literally just did 2 seconds, get out the door. I think it looks a lot harsher. This looks a lot softer. It took probably an extra 5 or 10 minutes, if that, if I'm perfectly honest, and I could even make it quicker. There are days in the week where I can get ready in 15 minutes flat, and I know that's a lot of time for someone, but normally I take 45 minutes because I just love faffing about. So yes, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for your support so far. Sorry I've been away trying to explain about my dad and that kind of thing as I go along. Do you like my shelf that Johnny made for me the other day? Isn't it gorgeous? So now I am a proper YouTuber. I've got a candle and a plant and a pot, and yeah, how lucky am I? This is made from I had an oak table in the garden probably 12 years ago, and it just got left to rot. Cut it up, put it down the side of the house, and we've reclaimed it and used it for so many other things in the garden, and now it's got a little bit of a life inside the house. How cute is that? So anyway, if you want to watch me look like, show you how I want from that to that and the differences I do now, then continue to watch, and if you don't, I'm sorry. See you. Yeah, I'll see you soon. This is going to be me looking glim. Okay, so I've already moisturised my face, and let's go. It's going to be, I've tried to think about how this is going to work in reality, and each time I've come up with stumbling blocks, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So I'm going to zoom you in, and we're going to start. So on this side of my face, I guess I'm going to do makeup how I used to do it, and on this side of my face I'll do my makeup how I do it now. I warn you, my makeup routine, you know, it's not the same, a bit more laborious now. So I never ever used to use foundation. I use foundation all of the time now, and I'm still trying out the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating foundation. I'll give you my thoughts on this when I've finished doing it properly. It's been some time now, but still not entirely sure how I feel about it, because I've not really done a proper wear test on it and looked at it when I got in from work, so we'll see how that goes. So on this side of my face is the good side, or the current side. My brush. So I think I probably should do, it does look dark, doesn't it? But I tanned last night, so and hopefully most of it will. It does look really dark when I first put it on, but it seems to disappear somewhere down the line, so I'm getting used to it. It's really weird. I was watching who was doing it this morning. Someone had bought it and said, oh, it was Sabrina. I don't know if you've seen Sabrina. She's lovely, beautiful red-haired lady. So she was saying that she had tried this, and it was really, really easy to apply, very smooth, very liquidy. And I found the complete opposite, actually. And she's got oily skin as well, so it just shows that we all have different experiences. So I'm going to put, it's really difficult to do this halfway down your face, but I'm going to try my hardest. Just have a bit more up there, or in my hair. I'm going to try and do a hair tutorial after this. Get a lot of questions about how I do my hair. You'll be amazed, it takes 10 seconds with an air wrap. Finally got to grips with my air wrap. So I think that matches the colour of my skin. Okay, so that's I'll zoom you out a little bit close. So that's the foundation that I use at the moment, trying just to do it halfway down my face. Oh, that's gone a bit clumpy there. Don't like that. Oh well, this is the wear test, isn't it? We are testing to see how it looks. not really enjoying being on my forehead today. I did put my moisturiser on quite a while ago though. That may be why. It may be why. Okay, we'll see how that goes. So on this side of my face, I used to use, this is just a pan MAC pressed powder, blocked powder. I used to use corn silk, I don't know if you remember that, or Clinique powder that was pressed like this. That was it, that's all I did. So I don't know, I don't think it really matched the colour of my skin. I never used to self tan, so I'm just gonna put this all over. This is terrible, isn't it, when you think about it, compared to what I do now. I always wore makeup, but I never really thought about what suited me. I just put makeup on, and I think a lot of people do that. And it's amazing just to find out what suits you and what doesn't suit you, and just try and play and stuff like that. Now look, the ghosty. So that was it, really. That's what I did for. I've always had oily skin, runs in the family. So now I would typically go in with concealer. Now I use Bourjois Healthy Mix in 52, and literally the tiniest dot. I'll show you on my finger how much I use, and I just press it in there. Into the corner where my darkness is. I don't really have a lot of darkness. I have puffy under eyes, but not very dark, just in there. My eyes are quite deep set, so that's what I do with my concealer. No concealer on this side. Now I would go in with my contour, Kevin Oak 1 in the shade medium. You guys know I love this stuff. I haven't got my brushes out, I'm not prepared. I've had a right morning this morning. I've got all ready to film. I'm going to try and do a couple of videos today. Got everything ready, and my microphone wasn't charged, so ended up going to get some sushi for Johnny. He's out working today, so I'm back now. We're charged. Don't know how long it's going to last, but you know, well, let's see. That's my contour. I'll try and show you in steps as we go along the difference. I don't know if you can see. Bronzer. Okay, so bronzer. Sorry, I'll list all the brushes down below. Something's just fallen off my lap. Right, so I use this. I've had this probably for about 10 years, maybe even 20, I don't know. It's just something I picked up from a shop that was selling hair extensions. And this brush here, I bought this years and years and years ago. It slides up and down. It smells like, I don't really want to tell you what it smells like. I just can't throw it away. I bought it at a party, a makeup party with my friend who is no longer with us. She had breast cancer and sadly her life was taken. But this is really important to me and I've always kept it. So I used to use this for bronzer, blusher. Never really used to wear blusher. So I'm going to start to do what I did on the other side of my face first, what I would consider to be the wrong side. So obviously my face was really white, so I guess I used to use quite a bit of bronzer to try and make it the right colour. I didn't think to get a different colour powder, I just didn't really do it. But my bronzer technique was really bad. Just actually doing now what I do at the moment, but yeah, I would just pile the bronzer on here like that, and that was what I did. That was it. Memories that come back from the smell of that brush. So currently a different brush, Real Techniques blusher brush I use now. I've got 2 or 3 bronzers on the go, but I'm going to use the Physicians Formula butter bronzer today. Still smells amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, so we go up here just up here, around here, and I just literally go over my contour, and I like to bring it a little bit underneath my eye and under across the bridge of my nose. I pinch the brush, you've seen me do this, just so I've got a bit more control. Come down here onto my ear, and I always put a bit on my chin. I don't. Now it depends how much my bronzer's taken. I typically go on my neck a little bit, but the trouble is, because I'm fat, I get a line here from what you can see. So my tan just doesn't work properly, and I tend to put it in there, and then about 3 hours later I've got a ring around my neck, so don't really like that. Oh, sorry. So that's my bronzer. That's what I do now. Just literally around the parameter of my face, and I'm patting it on. Pat, pat, pat. Oh, I forgot to put my powder on. See, look, I'm all confused. So ordinarily I would go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder, which is a grotty thing. I would put that all over. I didn't set my under eyes either. Seriously, why are you here watching me give you advice when I don't even know what I'm doing myself? Okay, I'm just going to pat a little bit underneath my eye. Just a tiny bit. Sorry, Jake is barking in the background. And Dolly's growling. Woo! Okay, now, blush. So, what I currently do for blusher, Smashbox. Lovely brush. All listed down below. I've got a palette, BH Cosmetics, again linked down below. And I just, you know, I think I probably now look to see if I'm going to wear a cool look or a neutral look or a warm look. So if I was wearing a cool look, I probably would wear one of these bright pinks. If I'm having a warm look, I'd wear peach, or if I can't quite decide, I'll generally go with this one. As you can see, it's my most used one. So we'll go with this one today, and I place it just above my contour and bronzer, and I go higher. I go up here. I saw Risa Does Makeup put it up a bit higher. I think it's called something now. So yeah, and I definitely go on the end of my nose, but I can only do it on one side, which is really weird. And I do on my chin as well. Go on there as well. So, and I'm noticing most recently that I'm getting some I think I've mentioned it before. I seem to get this area here where stuff sticks to it. So I'm going over it now with a just a massive fluffy brush, and I'm just going to, because Mel Thompson does this, she just blends everything, and it does look better. And there isn't on the camera, it looks like there's a big step, but there isn't. It's very blended in real life. So excuse me, I have a good lug of coffee. It's got a bit of a skin on it. Okay, didn't really wear blusher before, so I'm not going to put it on now. After I've done that, oh, I've got hairs everywhere, look. My hair's all falling out again, or breaking. One of the two. I've started Nioxin, Nioxin's hair treatment system number 2, I think I bought. I will maybe do a video on it, because my hair's just awful. It just all breaks and falls out and around these areas. Okay, so now is where I put my, I've always done this, my Kohl stick. It was always black before. It's typical, isn't it? I can't find my black one now. Let's put this black one in. So on the bad side, sorry, and I would make that quite heavy. Never used to line my waterline up there. I didn't even know about that I had one. Well, I guess I did. Now I'm going for, yes, I wear black if I'm going out, but now I'm I'm trying to find a dark brush. So I've got the Rimmel Scandaleyes one, which I absolutely love, you guys know, but it's sparkly shimmer. So now at the moment I'm using this Bobbi Brown, should have bought my glasses. This is a long wear cream shadow stick, and I used to use this as a base for my eye makeup when I first started getting interested in makeup. So basically it's just a pencil, and I'm using this in my waterline, bottom and top currently, because it's a nice brown and it is waterproof and it seems to quite last, and I am enjoying a little bit. Don't tell everybody, I'm not wearing complete black, so I'm just going to blend this out. You know, I think this is really important. Just blending it so there's not such a harsh line. So there you can see, look at the difference from blending it and not blending it. What do you think? It's definitely a lot softer. On the top now, I don't really do very much if I'm just going to work or what have you. So that's my eyeliner, and then I would now typically go in with eyebrows. So eyebrows. Obviously I plucked on my eyebrows when I was younger. I've got a tutorial for my current eyebrow routine, which is a little bit out of date actually. When I first started doing my YouTube channel, I had quite thick eyebrows, and I'm enjoying having them a little bit thinner at the moment, and I've got new products from Sheen that are, you know, literally game changers. You know, you buy one of these for £2.49 and you get another one for 2p. So basically you're getting two of these for £2.51 when you pay £9 for one of these from NYX, and this one's just a little bit smaller, so it's a no-brainer. The trouble is it comes from China and it takes like 75,000 years to get here, so I bought quite a few. Anyway, right, so let's do what I used to do. Now it's been a while since I've done this, and so you're going to have to bear with me, but I used to use, as you can see, this tiny little pencil. It's a Smashbox Kajal stick, I think, eyeliner pencil, and there was another one as well from was it NARS? I can't remember. And basically it said it changed the colour. It changed to the colour that it needed to be on your skin, which is a load of old rubbish. And it was like a wax pencil, so I just used to use this, put it in my eyebrow. God, that's awful, isn't it? It's not really not really working very well. It's quite an old, actually that's probably past its sell by date. Let me use another brown, try and find something similar. Oh, there's another one. Right, let's see how it smudges out. So then this was the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think it's called the number 12 brush or something, and then I typically would go in with a bit of bronzer, dab it into the bronzer and just put it over the top. And this looks horrendous, doesn't it? But this is actually what I did. Obviously the colours were a bit better. Bit of bronzer, or a bit of, and I used to use the brown eyeshadow. I'm not going to show you this yet, but this is a brown eyeshadow that I'm going to use because I just had pretty much one colour for everyday look. So that's probably what I did with my eyebrow before. Can you see? It didn't really match, and I didn't, you know, there were no bits out that helped, well, not that I knew of anyway, that helped you make fake hairs and stuff like that. So now we're on the She Glam. I'll link these down below. These are just incredible. You're probably fed up with hearing me talk about them. So now we go here, just draw a line up with my nose. This changes on a daily basis. They never go perfect, but you know, and one's definitely higher than the other. But we're coping with that. Just a bit of news on my dad. My sister's on her way home as we speak. She's actually just taken off from Tenerife, and my brother's staying out there until my auntie arrives from Belgium on the 16th of September, and my dad's agreed to go and sleep at her house. So there's someone watching him on a daily basis to see how he's getting on. He's just not great. So hopefully he'll have another treatment next week and they'll sort out his side effects. Just going through it now. I don't particularly like having a harsh line. I remember when everyone was carving out their eyebrows, it just didn't work for me. I've got loads of fine hairs, and you know, doing all that concealer is great for the youngsters, but not for me. So that's when I've got my pencil on, and also I like to enhance it a little bit. So this is another She Glam one. So on one side it's got the exact same thing as a very fine pencil. Whoa. Come on, Julie. And on the other side we have got a very fine tip. I'll do a little line for you. I've done some of these. There you go. So I'm just going to draw in some lines just to fill them out a little bit because they're quite erratic. I've got a couple of massive grey hairs in there. And I'll just do some lines here. Sorry, my phone is on. There you go. Eyebrows. Now, actually I'm going to go a little bit darker on the other end. Okay, just bringing that down. So it's really weird. I can't see. Am I dead straight? Just say yes or no. Am I dead straight now? Because I feel like I'm looking at the camera dead straight. Obviously, my eyebrows aren't straight because they're not equal and not whatever. I just noticed I've missed a bit up there. Always a work in progress with eyebrows. Always, always. Okay. That's my eyebrows. So now I typically would go over with a little bit of highlighter. Never used to use highlighter. I'm still not a massive fan of it. I do put a little dollop on. I use a Bobbi Brown brush for this because it's just a nice big fluffy brush. And we've got the Bare Minerals Highlighting Crystal Glow set. Just a tiny little bit there, just to make my skin look. Oh no, postman's here. End of the world. A little bit on my tiny bit on my nose and a little bit on my chin. As you can see, it just makes my skin look a little bit highlighty. Right, okay, so now we've got eyeshadow. So I'm going to show you what I did before. No primer, no nothing. I had quite a few MAC eyeshadows. I literally would go to the airport on my way on holiday and look at a colour and think, I want that, I want to wear it. Had no idea how to apply it. The women and the guys in the makeup stands were flipping amazing. They looked awesome. So you know, I looked at this. This seriously was my favourite colour. Jewel blue, you know. And then this is peacock blue, I think. Oh no, this is called plumage, sorry. This is a really dark navy blue. And, you know, I can create the most amazing look with these. I can't. Well, I probably could now if I wanted to. So basically, this is called Make Your Mark eyeshadow from MAC. It's a giant one. Tiny bit of shimmer in there. And I would literally, I had one brush. I had a MAC 217. I've still got it. This might be my second one, I don't know, and it's really scratchy, but I'm going to use it for the sake of this video, and I'm going to put makeup on. Didn't ever do any tapping off or anything like that, but I'm going to. And do you know what? Let's do it how I used to do it. Why? Well, I'm not going to tap it off. I'll just put it all back on again. And I would put it on my eyelid like this, and I would put it on and blend. And I couldn't ever understand why my makeup didn't look like the girls in the shops. Their makeup was beautiful and seamless, and it just looked sculpted and pretty. I used to put a bit underneath as well. And that was it. And I could never ever get it to look like theirs, and I would just put more on and more on and more on, and yes, I'm saying more on, and that was it. And there are so many photos of me with my makeup like this. That's it. That's how I used to do it. Now I know a bit better than that. I spent years watching videos. Now I use eyeshadow primer. Always use eyeshadow primer. It makes the most amazing difference. Creasing, you know, look how saggy my eyes are. They crease like hell, of course, during the day. They sag. And I guess probably when it comes to going to bedtime, there's lots of quite a bit of creasing, and you can see that it's gone into that. There's like 2 or 3 major creases on there. But this combats a massive amount. You know, this looks okay at the moment. Obviously I'm not going to blend it because I never blended it before, but after some time it gets really bad. So right, okay, so let me show you what I do now. Now obviously I've got about 10 palettes I think now. This one is the Viseart Grand Pro upside down. This is filthy dirty, but you know me, don't you, by now, and you know that this is all matte. This is a great palette. Okay, so let's. I'm going to start with just a neutral colour. I'm going to use this palette entirely on its own. I'm going to put some powder underneath my eye that I can wipe off later to catch any fallout, because there will be some. And I now am starting with a fluffy brush. It's listed below. I use this all of the time to put down my transition colour. So now I've learnt about transition. So basically you can't go from that to seamlessly blending. You need a transition of colours, and you need to go from light to dark, and perhaps go back with them afterwards as well. So I'm doing windscreen wiper motions. Show you from the side. I'm really doing it very lightly. This can take quite some time, as long as you want, or not as long as you want, because we just want it to look like one colour dreams and fades into the other one. And I'm going, if you can see, I'm going up right to my eyebrow, but realistically the middle of the brush is only touching my lid, so don't be afraid to go higher than you feel comfortable. Okay, so that's my first transition colour. I'm then going to take the next one along. This one here, they haven't got any names, sorry. So it's like a mid-neutral brown, and I'm going to use the same brush and tap off, and I'm going to place that just a little bit lower down. Again, I'm beginning to pat now, you will notice. I'm going to blend a little bit. But I'm literally hardly touching, because what I don't want to do is to bring this colour up as far as the other one. So I'm just moving it around just underneath, and you can see now that that's blended. Not perfectly, but we'll have to go back up I think afterwards again. So now I'm going to change brushes, and this time I'm going to use this is God, it's really dirty, a Zoeva Luxe Crease brush, listed down below. Got all over it already, and I'm going to go in with this colour here, another neutral brown. In fact, it's probably actually more like a cooler brown, and I'm going to put that on my lid. And you'll notice now there's no more blending. Okay, I'm patting this colour on, because at this stage now, as I've shown you before, if we go like that, I'm not moving the colour, I'm moving my skin, and we want to move the colour. So I'm patting it around, the size of a 10p piece, I would say. I've got very small eyes, so as you can see, I'm creating a round bit here, which is going to give the illusion of depth. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a blending brush. There's another Morphe one here, and I'm just going to blend the edges very, very lightly. I'll show you again, very, very lightly. And you know, you could just do this for hours, and it would just get better and better. You just don't do it for too long, because you'll end up wiping it completely off your face. Okay, all the way, pulling it out just a tad. So as you can see, look at the difference. So this one here, obviously, you've got this shelf essentially. I mean, I could blend that and blend it and blend it, and it probably would get slightly better, knowing what I know now. But it's still really blunt, and it looks like this is how I look when I wake up in the morning and I've still got my makeup on. So that's it really. Now I'm going to put a very small piece of shimmer in here, because it does, for some reason, it makes me feel a little bit more feminine. Not quite sure why that is, but it is. So obviously in this Viseart palette there are no shimmers at all. Professional makeup artists don't have shimmer and matte colours in their palette altogether apparently. So I'm just going to use a bit of this, the rosy coloured one. And I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner. A bit of the lighter colour as well. Gone on my lashes. Now, as you can see, I've pulled that quite a bit along and it's now changed the shapes. You can see now that that little bit there is still more hooded, so I'm just going to pull that back now and lose the shimmer just in that area there. I find for my particular eye, if I start to put shimmer from there onwards, my hood shows even more. So, okay. Nothing. I wouldn't do anything with that one there. I would just leave that one as it is. And now I've got another MAC brush, and I typically get a lighter shade. So this is the Viseart. Ooh, where's my everyday palette? My everyday. So this is everything's sticking to everything today. This is my everyday palette, which I use, and I've made up with all the stuff. So these ones here are the three colours I've taken from the Viseart palette because I use them every day, and this one here is just like a flesh tone, but it's quite pigmented, and I typically put that in there too. It brightens the area in my eye where it looks sunken on the other eye. See? And then I would go over this. I said I'm only using one palette. What a liar. This is that crappy palette that my mum gave me, but it's got this goldy shimmer that I like to put on my brow bone up there because it really lifts it, and I think it looks very sophisticated. So that's it so far. See the difference? Now let's get rid of that. Put that over there. Another global coffee. Now I am going to do mascara. So mascara, I've always used the same, pretty much, you know, any old mascara. I've never really, obviously now it matters more. I never used to curl my eyelashes. I will just use whatever I could get my hands on and just put mascara on. Now I would load it up, and I'm going to do that today. Literally load it up. Didn't pay any attention. I know now that you've got to wiggle it and pull it from the roots and all of that, but didn't do any of that. I always felt like I looked really pretty, but it was just never, you know. So I've got a fallout here, look, and I probably would just brush it off with my finger. Let's actually, while we're doing that, go on, Julie. Fan brush from Morphe, and I just typically rub all that underneath to get rid of the fallout. Haven't really done anything underneath. I didn't do anything underneath my eyes, did I, today? Let's just put a little bit of what's left over from that one. Because you get the gist, don't you? This is just about the techniques that I've learnt now. I have learnt a lot that having a colour underneath your eye really, really helps. Really, really helps. So, okay, that's one coat. I would do 3 typically. I probably used to pump the thing in the upside every now and again as well. You know, when we go like that. 2 coats. Let's put 1 coat on this eye, and I'm going to curl my lashes as well, because we all know that that's great. I'm still not really good at this, and I typically, maybe I do it every other day, because I always wear my strip lashes, so don't really see the point. But there we go. Now we're rolling it as we apply it. From root to tip, we're rolling it, and this technique, separating the lashes. Can I come in any closer? Yeah. So we're rolling it at the base. Look, I've got a really long one there. It's just sticking up naughtily. Rolling it and separating, wiggling it at the same time. Look. Quite different. Let's go with 1 more coat on the other side. Starting to look like spider's legs now, and I would obviously years ago think that's okay because it makes them look longer, but it doesn't. just leave it at that. And then underneath, I would never used to wear mascara on my bottom lashes. Now I do, and I use this isn't the Essence. All of my mascaras are Essence apart from my YSL waterproof one, which I absolutely love. And that really, really, really makes your eyelashes stay up all day. If you've got straight lashes like me, with short lashes, that's the one for you. I'll show you. I'll list it down below. The YSL Faux Cils mascara, waterproof, and it doesn't smell very nice. It's got a tiny little brush, but my god, this stuff packs a punch. It's amazing. 2 coats and you're like, whoa! It's great. So, okay, as you can see, I've got some fallout in there as well. Just would wipe that off typically. And I would put on like a brown lipstick. In the 80s and 90s, I guess it was all about browns, wasn't it? Like autumn colours. And I just... Actually, that's probably the wrong... Is that the right one or the wrong one? Yeah. Oh, look at me. You can't see. And then I guess, so now I line my lips, and we're still doing the Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to put a lash on, because I can, because that's part of my makeup now. It's what I do every day, so this is how I do my makeup now. But obviously this is the look. Just so you can see a comparison, just with mascara. And I'm going to put my lens and my lens, I'm going to put a lash on now. Okay, so this is my lash on, and this is without the lash. So this is how I used to go to work. I wish I could put a line down the middle of my. I should just draw a line down the middle of my face, shouldn't I? That would be funny. So no, you can't see. I can't. It's really difficult for me to see in the monitor how I look. So this, as you can see, it's literally been 5 minutes, and this has started to fade already. And the lipstick looks really harsh. The line in my waterline, and obviously without any mascara, without blending it, I think it all looks quite harsh, and it does actually look like as I said, how I wake up in the morning. My mascara's quite clumpy. My eyebrow is just, not so great. And this side here is how I wear my makeup these days. I feel like I've got a bit more of a cheekbone because of the contour. My eyebrows are more lifted. The lash, you know what I think about fake lashes and how they enhance hooded eyes and mature eyes, that kind of thing. The lipstick's a little bit more subtle. I typically don't wear a lot of lipstick anyway. And then the foundation makes your skin look more seamless. I don't really feel like I look like I've got a load of makeup on, but I really, really, really look at the difference in what all 4 or 5 years of watching YouTube has done for me. It's a massive confidence boost, and I feel when I look like this, I feel really pretty, really feminine. And when I feel like this, when I look like this, I don't. And obviously at the time, we all look back at pictures and think, oh my god, what was I thinking? But for me, there are many, and obviously as the years change, the fashion changes and the way that we wear makeup. But for me, I wanted to show you, and I have been asked a lot what the differences are. So this is the difference. So thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance, please consider subscribing to me and liking my video, and I'm sure there's something else you need to do. Oh yes, give it a thumbs up. I've got it written over there. So it's lovely to see you again, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.